Good morning and welcome to the Teacher's Wake-Up Call with Madame la Prof. I hope you're enjoying your coffee or your tea or your juice or your smoothie or your whatever you are drinking or consuming this morning. I spent the day with students yesterday. I mean, not like, I know, I usually spend my day with students. But in this case, I spent it at a teen summit, youth summit, leadership conference. It was fun. It was good. So I was interviewed yesterday for the local paper about, advertising the event, giving exposure to the students, to the things that we do. And the journalist, who I imagine was around my age, born in the, late-ish 1900s, and she made a comment about how, it wasn't like that back in our day. Indeed. And I'm wondering if we have learned from the past. Truly, honestly, when it comes to students' voice, students' success, motivation, their place within not just their learning process, but the entire educational, I don't want to say hierarchy, but system. All right, because the moment I say hierarchy, we see pyramids and no. And our Education Act clearly states that every high school needs to mandate or needs to have a student council. And basically a group of students that will represent the student within the governing structure of the school board. So you have staff council, you have governing board with parents, you have the council of commissioners, but you also have students. And I'm wondering out loud, and I'm sure I'm not the only person asking this question. I'm wondering if we want to fix some of the problems that are plaguing our youth these days. Maybe, and here's a novel idea. Maybe we should ask the students. Maybe we should ask the students what works best for them. Instead of having the grown-ups, come up with all the solutions. Je fais juste dire. C'est peut-être une bonne idée de demander aux élèves, hey, qu'est-ce qu'il vous faut, vous autres? Qu'est-ce qui vous ferait plaisir? Qu'est-ce que vous aimeriez comme solution pour vos bobos? Just thinking out loud. Because, I pride myself in creating a connection with my students in class, that I do take the time to listen to what they have to say or offer. At least I try. When I ask a question, do I hear an answer? Maybe I'm not asking the right questions. Maybe I should be asking different questions. But I think I take the time. I think I listen to their input. So I know that there is some engagement, there is some commitment, they have their buy-in when they're in my class. Maybe we should find their buy-in when it comes to the whole school system. And when you hear some of the things that the students said yesterday at this teen summit, you begin to ask yourself, are we going in the right direction? Or are we just repeating things that happened in the past? Okay, maybe once upon a time in the late 1900s, we could pat the student on the head and say, there, the adults know best. But that's no longer the case right now. We've basically taught our students to be advocate for themselves, to advocate for themselves, to speak up when they see an injustice. And when they do, we don't listen to them. Or we pretend we listen to them and then we do something else. So it's a bit frustrating. I'm not saying that we're doing it right now. I think our school board, because we're a school board, not a service center, I think our school board does try its best to answer those concerns, and to come up with concrete solutions. I'm not saying other boards are not doing it, but when you see the amount of I don't want to say the amount, because like it is quite possible that the media overblows some issues, and what should have been like a small local problem blew up and became a massive nationwide hot topic. But are we listening to our students? Are we? Collectively, knowing that our generation, I'm not talking about the boomers here, okay? I'm not talking about, my parents. Because, they're done. They're retired, okay? I'm talking about our generation. We've gone through things. We felt neglected. We've felt I don't want to say abandoned by the system, but I think we have experienced things, and I think somewhere, somehow, deep down inside, we have told ourselves that we're not going to repeat this. We are not going to do this to our own kids. We are going to do it differently. Are we doing it differently? So it was nice. It was good to spend the day with students who are talking about issues that are important to them, and it has nothing to do with math class, with French class, with their actual exam results, but it does influence their commitment to going to school, their engagement, and overall their success. Because if their school is a safe space for them to succeed, they will. But if they feel it doesn't reflect either their identity, doesn't respect their identity, doesn't respect their needs, doesn't answer their needs, they will not feel safe. They will not, and I'm not going to talk about all students, but for many students, because their home is not necessarily the safest place, school becomes their home. And if they cannot find a connection or some kind of safety, security blanket, so to speak, at school, then we've literally failed them. So that's my take on this lovely Thursday morning. Really sunny, really blinding. Like I know I've got some lights that are trying to create a better lighting than these neon things, but you can see the light. I don't know how to point when I'm looking at the camera. There you go. That's the sunlight. It's supposed to rain apparently today. Ich werde es sehen. Have yourselves a lovely day.